Okay, Ms. Whitaker here, and wanted to go over the answers for the Data and Statistics Test Review. The test will be on Friday. So check your answers, and then don't forget to respond in some way. Let me know how many you get right. So you can comment on this video on YouTube. You can comment on the link on my Facebook page, or you can send me an email, but I want to know how many you got right. So hopefully you've gone through these and used your brain and came up with all the right answers. So let's check. All right, so number one, Aaron polled 15 classmates to find out what kinds of pets they have. Which of the following gives the most detailed information about individual students and their pets? Here's my question. This is what I would put in the first box in my 4 boxes for problem solving. Most detailed information about the individual students and their pets. So when I examine each one of these, I see this Venn diagram. The cool thing about this Venn diagram is that Ben has got a cat and a dog, and the Venn diagram is able to show that where the others do not. Javier also has a cat, dog, and fish. So Javier here in the middle, because he's part of all the different groups, I'm able to see Javier's got all 3 fish. Now I'm not able to see that kind of detailed information on these other graphs. So this is really good graph. Letter B adds up to 19 students, but there were only 15 students in my problem, so that's not right. Letter C also adds up to 19, and there's just not a whole bunch of detailed information, and it does not show the overlap like the Venn diagram does. And letter D, there's hardly any information here at all. There's no detail. There's no story that comes out of here. This tells me everything I need to know. Very detailed, very good information. Number 2. It says, in which data set are the mean, median, mode, and range all the same number? So that's all I need to do. I need to find the mean, median, mode, and range for all of these. I started with the range because that's easy. All of the ranges are 2. So I need to make sure that my mode, mean, and median are also going to be 2. So then I went with the mode because that's easy to find too. So there were only 2, A and D, that had a mode of 2. The other ones are disqualified right there at the mode. So I didn't have to do the mean or the median for those 2. So it came down to these 2. I found out that the median is 2 here and the mean is 2. In letter D, the mean is greater than 2. And so because it's 15 divided by 7, so that's 2 1/7 left over. So I know it's not 2, so that disqualifies it right there. So it's not D. So I know my answer is A. All of them are 2. So you just do mean, median, mode, and range for all the problems, and you'll get the right answer. All right, let's turn it over quickly. Number 3, the enrollment at Clifford Junior High from 1997 through 2001 is shown below. If the enrollment trend shown in the table continues, so that trend, it's a positive trend. It just keeps going up. It's pretty clear. Nothing's going up and down, up and down. It's a pretty clear trend that it's slowly going up. So I can continue that trend. And 3 years later, in 2004, if that trend does continue, and it does say it does, it's just going to end up in this range right here. So it's a little over 1,200. So I know it's safe to say that it's going to be between 1,200 and 1,300. Fewer than 1,100, that means it's going down. So that means the trend's not continuing. That can't be it. 1,400 and 1,500 would be way up here, and that trend wouldn't be the same trend. So those are too much. So B is your answer. All right, number 4. Mr. Haskell bought 7 calves for $3,500, or $3,500. He later bought another calf for $660. What was the mean cost of all the calves? So mean is the average of all the calves. So now he has 8 calves, and I need to add that last calf, $660, to the $3,500 for a total of $4,160, and then divide that by 8. So the mean now is $520. Number 5, the number of books David read each month during the school year is shown. Which statement about David's data is true? So I had to find the mean, median, mode, and range, and I did that right over here. After finding my data, then I can easily answer the question. The mean is less than the median. No, those are the same answers. So no, it's not A. The range is equal to the mean. Range is 3. The mean is 3. That's yes, but I'm going to check the others. The range is greater than the median. No, they're the same. The mean is equal to the mode. No, those are not the same, so I know my answer of B is correct. All right, number 6. Randy and his 5 friends played a card game in which the person with the lowest final score wins. That's the key right there. Lowest score wins, not the highest. So the table below shows the final scores for all the players except for Erica. This is what I'm looking for. But I know she has the lowest score. I know that so far. Now Erica won the game, so I know she's got the low score, and the range of the scores is 17. What was her score? So I know range is greatest minus the least, and I know that Erica's got the least. So the greatest amount is 123 minus whatever Erica got equals 17. So X, that score of Erica's, has to be 106. 123 minus 106 gives me the range of 17. I know it's not H and J. Those are too high. I know low score wins. But make sure you look at your data or all the information in your question really carefully. Don't miss that. Lowest score wins. That was key. You had to underline that. Number 7, Laura looked at several different flower arrangements before purchasing one. The arrangements varied in price from $15.62 or $15.62 to $37.50. Which measure of data can be used to describe the variation in price? So variation. What are these prices varying? What is the change in them? So that's going to be your range. Greatest minus the least is going to show you that variation from $37.50 all the way down to $15.62. So range is your answer. Number 8, Timothy collected the following data during a science experiment. So he's dropping a ball. This is the different times he dropped the ball and how many seconds it took. It says, which measure of data is represented by 12 seconds? So I had to find the mean, median, mode. I put them in order, and I found the average, or the mean, is going to be, no, actually, this is going to be the median, right? The median, sorry about that. That's not right. The median is finding the average of the middle 2 numbers. So that's what I did. I did the work here. I just circled the wrong thing. So the median is taking the 2 numbers in the middle, adding them, and then dividing by 2. So I'm finding the middle of the middle, which is going to be 12 in this case. The mode is 11, so that's not 12. The range is 7. Let's try to figure out what the mean's going to be. So I add them all up. 1, 2, 3, 6, 11, 19, carry the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 79 divided by 6. I know is not going to be 12, so I'm just going to leave it at that. So it's not the mean, it's going to be C, the median. All right, let's move on to number 9. Love these Venn diagrams. Make sure you know how to interpret Venn diagrams. Venn diagrams are used to show overlap or a relationship. Okay, so we know in this survey that this coach did to determine how many students plan to try out for tennis and golf. Total of 20 students plan to try out for tennis. So total of 20. That's it. Total of 40 try out for golf. But 10 students plan to try out for both. So that's my overlap. That's why I need to do a Venn diagram. So all of these had 10 in the middle. So then I had to figure out, well, if there are 10 that are trying out for both and there's 20 total for tennis, then I know that there's going to be 10 that are just trying out for tennis. And that's going to be these two right here. So I know it's not these. 20 plus the 10 here, that's 30, and that's too much. And this is 40, that's too much. And then on H, it's the golf, that's too much. It should be a total of 40, but this has a total of 50. So that's too much. So it has to be J. There's my total of 40 golf, total of 20 tennis, 10 doing both. That's the good one. All right, number 10. Table below shows what 7 students charge per hour for tutoring. So I'm going to put them in order. It says what's the median. It's the number that's in the middle, so that's $4.25. You got to put them in order. That's the key. Number 11. The graph below shows the number of gallons of water used to produce a pound of various types of food. So which statement is best supported by the data? If I have to go through all these answer choices to see which one makes sense. It says lettuce takes half as much water to grow as melons do. So lettuce takes about 50. If half of this is 100, and then lettuce looks like it's about half of that. So that's 50. Melons looks like it's about 100. So that is half as much. So I think that's my answer. Beef production uses more water than the production of all the other foods combined. Beef says it's about 2,500, but here's 2,000 and here's 700, so already just these two together is more than that, so that's not true. And just check all these others. Says 3 times for poultry than sugar. Sugar is about 300, so that means poultry should be about 900 up here, which it's not, so that's not it. Same amount of water for sugar and barley. No, sugar's a little bit more, so that's a no. F is your answer. All right, number 12. Neil was working on a crossword puzzle and needed to find a state that began with the letter M. The states he had to choose from and the number of letters in each state are shown below. So these are the number of letters in each of these states. He found the mean, median, mode, and range of the number of letters. Which one of these measures is not equal to 8? So after finding all the mean, median, mode, and range, we're looking for the not 8. My median was 8. When I put them in order, 8 was in the middle. Mode was 8. Range was 8. But my mean was 69 divided by 8, which is greater than 8. It's between 8 and 9, so mean is not equal to 8. So F is my answer. All right, number 13, we're just going to look at this graph and then look at which statement is best supported by the graph. The 3 shortest trees are from Washington. These are the short trees. Nope, one's from California, so that's not it. The tallest tree and the shortest tree are from Washington. Tallest tree is California. Shortest tree is California, so that's a no. That's not Washington. The height of the coast redwood tree, which is about 320, is 3 times the height of the spruce tree, which is about 190. 190 times 3 is, nope, it's going to be much more than that coast redwood, so that's a no. The height of the eucalyptus, which is about 140, is about half the height of the coast Douglas fir tree, which is 280. So 140 is about half of 280, so that's a yes. So my answer is J. All right, last page, last problem, number 14. Counselor at Rosetta Middle School collected the following data about students taking electives. Which graph best represents these data? Well, I just looked at the table here. It said PE only, but then it said PE in music, PE in home ec. So I'm going to have some overlap. If I have overlap, then I'm going to have to use a Venn diagram. This is the only one that makes sense. I have 15 people that are only doing PE, and then I have 10 that are doing both of the PE and home ec, and I have 18 doing PE and music. So it shows my overlap here, and that's my most accurate graph out of all of these. All right, don't forget to reply to my video if you have an account on YouTube, or go to my Facebook page and reply to the link that I provided on my Facebook page. Or if you can't do either one of those, then email me at whitakert@lisd.net and let me know how many you got right. And I hope you are prepared for the test on Friday. Make sure you know your data and statistics. Come prepared. See you then.